Greetings, students. My name is Erica Ireland, and I wanted to introduce myself. I'm actually going to be your instructor for this nutrition course over the next 4 weeks. So I thought I'd send a little message out so that everybody could put a name and a face together so that you know that I'm working on your course. I know that some of you might still be working on finals, and that's perfectly fine. Classes don't actually start until next week, which was Tuesday, May 26th. But I'm getting emails already from students who are interested in trying to make sure that they procure their book. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands the options that are going to be available for the book ahead of time. So I wanted to just introduce you to the course. I'm not opening it up yet because officially classes don't start until Tuesday. So I'll probably open it up on Saturday. But I know that some want to get started a little bit earlier on making sure that they're doing the right choices for the book. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so that you can see the course, and then I have some information posted about the book. I also have a video about the book specifically, but I just want to give you a few kind of quick tidbits about that. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me pick the screen I need to share. Okay, so you should be seeing our inside of our Canvas page. I have a landing page here, which is what we call the home page, where when you scroll and you land on this, I tried to set it up based off of the 4 weeks that we're going to be together and the assignments that will be due within each one of these weeks. So week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4 that are found over here. I also have an area for the question cafe, so students can ask questions there, and I actually think the best practice is for students to go ahead and ask the question here because other students can see it, and if they know the answer or maybe they have the same question, they can kind of chime in on that, and I monitor that. And sometimes that's a little bit better. It's almost like a wiki kind of site where you can just post things. So I keep that going as well. And then obviously I will have some Zoom links for you as well. But what I want to direct your attention to is if you were to go to week 1 and or want to learn more about the book, this is where you would go. So just quickly want to point out that when we look here, I will send out, and there is also a video as soon as the link is, I open up the Canvas course. But I want you to know that there's a couple ways in which you can get the book. Okay, and I know that your students are very thrifty, and I want them to be thrifty, and I don't want you to overpay for your book. So I want to make sure that I give you the options, but I also put the disclaimers out there about the technicalities with our book. So what we need to know is that the bookstore, at the FCC bookstore, is selling a loose leaf copy of the book. Now, loose leaf means that it's cheaper than a hard copy textbook with the hard bound. So it's not bound, and the paper is really thin, but it is a book that you can read. So it comes with that. But the other thing that it comes with, in addition to being a loose leaf textbook, is that it has this integration, or what we call the learning management system, which we use Canvas here on campus, that will provide you with an e-text and a link to the homework that is inside of this portal. So I'm coming over here and showing you that there's something called My Lab and Mastering, and that is where your assignments are going to be. A large percentage of your grade will come from these assignments, so you're going to want to make sure that you have access to that. So if certain people didn't want to buy a loose leaf copy and they are fine with just an e-text, then the other option that you could buy that would be cheaper than the 119 would be to buy it here inside of our website. You click on this and it takes you to the Pearson portal, the My Lab and Mastering, and you purchase it. And I believe the last time that I was able to have access to it, that was $19.99. So I've highlighted that option here. So the first option is buying it in the bookstore. You'll get a loose leaf copy, and you're going to get access to this online portal that has your homework, and it also has the software that we need to do the diet analysis project, which is a bigger project that's covered over this class. Now, if you don't want to do either one of those, then there's an option 3 for people, and that's usually if there's someone who likes to have a textbook or buys a textbook used, or can find a really good, someone handed you down either a loose leaf or a hard copy textbook of the 4th edition, and you just need to get access to the online portal. When you do that, you would also buy that direct here, and it will most likely charge you $99.99 as well. But there might be an option, one cheaper option might come up where you don't have to have the e-text and you just have the mastering homework if you have a book. But you don't want to pick that one if you aren't going to have an e-text or a physical book in front of you, because there is a lot of reading in this course in the textbook that is required. So you do really need to get a textbook, and you do really need to have access to the portal. Now, what I've found is that some students, try to go out and buy from third-party vendors and try to get this access code, with the exception, though, being that they don't get the right one, because they need one that integrates with the learning management system, and sometimes they get the standalone mastering and it's not connected to our class. And so that's why I really do recommend that students try to buy it direct from either the bookstore on campus or through the portal itself. So I just kind of want to get that out there so that students don't go over to the bookstore, buy the one from the bookstore, and then say, oh, I could have got a cheaper one if I didn't need the real textbook. And I'm fine with reading an online textbook. I could have bought that already. So I just don't want people to spend money that they don't necessarily need to. I want them to know all the options. So again, that's just the purpose of this video. And then of course, for me to say hi to everybody and let you know I'm very excited to be your professor. This course is going to be a very intense course because it is only 4 weeks. We're fitting an entire semester, which entire semesters are usually 17 to 18 weeks, and we're crunching that into 4 weeks. So kind of what it looks like with all the chapters that we have is it's about 4.5 chapters every week that you're going to be asked to have read and to work on and have discussions and have homework and keep up with the course material that we have going on in the course. So I do want to let people know that, expect that you're probably going to be spending at least 20 to possibly 25 to 30 hours a week in this course, working on coursework, reading, doing work for that. And so if you don't have that in your schedule, then you might kind of want to rethink an intense course like this that happens, because my expectation is that we're going to get through this fairly fast. And I understand it's summer, and I try to be as fun as I can in summer, but at the same time we have some serious content that we have to get through, and I have to condense it down so that you guys get everything that you need that someone in a 18-week course would also get. And so with that, I want you to know going into it how many hours that you might put into this course, so that if you don't have that in your schedule, and especially if you're working and or taking another class, how much time you're going to need to devote to this class. So with that being said, I am excited to be your instructor. I will get the Canvas open up in the next couple days here, but until then, I just wanted you to have this video so that you could kind of have an idea of what's going on, and I will get this course up and going so that for those of you that are raring to go and want to get going, we can. The class is going to be the other big thing that students like to know is, how is the class format going to be? Is it asynchronistic? Is it synchronistic? And basically what that means is, are we going to be holding classes? This is going to be a class that you pretty much work at your own pace, even though you're going to have to commit those 20 hours at some point in your day. You could be doing them at 3 in the morning. But I will have a synchronistic time that is optional for students if they need any technical assistance. I'll have different times throughout each week that the students can log in via Zoom, and I can help you with those. It's almost like office hours, because I'm going to give more technical. I'm not really going to lecture on anything, but we might go over something that is important to the students or they're not quite understanding. And so some students will log in, and then I'll, we just kind of go through and I'll take some questions and answer questions. So it's more technical assistance, and it's not required. It is completely optional. And if you can get right through it and don't need the technical assistance, I don't take any, there's no points assigned to that. But again, that's kind of how the course will run. I'm very excited to be your instructor, and I look forward to meeting all of you very soon. We have some activities for you to get to know me and also to get to know the class very soon. So until then, I will see you soon. Bye, class.